Do you ever find yourself eating something you think is incredibly healthy, only to feel a slump or a strange craving afterward? It's a common experience, especially as we get older. Many of us try our best to eat well, focusing on what we've been told is good for us. But sometimes, despite our best efforts, our energy levels roller coaster. Our numbers aren't quite where we want them, or we just don't feel as vibrant as we could. It's frustrating when you're making choices you believe are beneficial, yet your blood sugar seems to have a mind of its own. It's almost like there's a hidden secret in our kitchens, isn't it? Well, there often is. Some foods, marketed as the epitome of health, can actually be secretly sabotaging our blood sugar levels, especially for us seniors. We're talking about foods that might be sitting in your pantry right now, foods you've been trusting for years. In this video, we're going to uncover these surprising culprits. We'll look at 5 seemingly innocent foods that can secretly send your blood sugar soaring. And more importantly, what you can do about it. Understanding these hidden sugars can be a game changer for your energy, your memory, and your overall vitality. So, stick with me until the very end, because I promise there's something you'll learn that might genuinely surprise you and change the way you look at your plate. Let's dive right in with the first one. A classic that many of us grew up thinking was the ultimate healthy drink: fruit juice. Even the kind that proudly proclaims 100% natural on the carton. We've been told for decades that fruit is good for us. And so, logically, pure fruit juice must be just as beneficial. Right, it's packed with vitamins, it tastes refreshing, and it seems like a quick, easy way to get our daily fruit servings. But here's the secret, and it's a big one. When you drink fruit juice, you're getting all the sugar from the fruit, but almost none of the fiber. Think about it this way: when you eat a whole orange, you're getting the juicy pulp. Yes, but you're also getting all the fibrous membranes and pith. That fiber is incredibly important. It slows down the absorption of sugar into your bloodstream, preventing a sudden spike. It also helps you feel full, so you're less likely to overeat. But when that orange is pressed into juice, all that wonderful fiber is left behind. What you're left with is essentially a glass of concentrated fruit sugar. Your body processes it almost as quickly as it would a fizzy soda. For us seniors, this rapid sugar absorption can be particularly problematic. Our bodies, as they age, become a little less efficient at managing blood sugar. Our insulin sensitivity can decline, meaning our cells don't respond as well to insulin, the hormone that helps move sugar out of our blood and into our cells. So, when you down a glass of seemingly innocent apple or orange juice, you're hitting your system with a quick shot of sugar that can send your blood glucose levels soaring. This leads to those familiar energy crashes a little while later, those feelings of fatigue. And over time, it can contribute to insulin resistance and even the development of type 2 diabetes. It can also worsen existing blood sugar management challenges. Instead of reaching for that juice carton, try embracing whole fruits: an apple, a pear, a handful of berries. These come with their natural fiber intact, giving you all the goodness without the sugar shock. If you truly crave a fruity drink, consider infusing water with slices of citrus, berries, or cucumber. You get the flavor, hydration, and none of the added sugar or the concentrated fruit sugar. And when you're out shopping, take a moment to really look at those labels. Avoid anything that says fruit cocktail, fruit flavored, or has high fructose corn syrup listed. Even 100% juice still means concentrated sugar without the beneficial fiber. Make a conscious choice to hydrate with water or unsweetened tea instead. And save your fruit intake for its delicious, fiber-rich whole form. Making this one switch can have a significant positive impact on your daily sugar intake and, by extension, your blood sugar management. And speaking of breakfast, let's talk about another morning favorite that often hides a sugar secret: flavored yogurts, especially those marketed as low-fat. Yogurt itself, particularly plain, unsweetened varieties, can be a fantastic source of protein and beneficial probiotics, which are great for gut health. But the moment you add fruit flavoring, or any kind of sweetening for that matter, most yogurts transform into sugar bombs. You see, food manufacturers know that low-fat sounds appealing to many of us who are trying to manage our weight or cholesterol. However, when they take out the fat, they often need to add something back in to make it taste good, and that something is almost always sugar. Lots of it. A single serving of a popular low-fat fruit-flavored yogurt can contain more sugar than a serving of ice cream or a can of soda. We're talking about 20, 25, even 30 grams of sugar in one small container. That's far more than what our bodies need in a single sitting, especially first thing in the morning. For seniors, this is a double whammy. Not only are you getting that unnecessary sugar spike, but you might also be missing out on the genuine benefits of full fat. Plain yogurt. The healthy fats in full-fat dairy can actually help you feel satisfied and absorb fat-soluble vitamins better. And they don't cause the same blood sugar surge, the hidden sugars in flavored yogurts. On the other hand, contribute to inflammation, can lead to weight gain around the midsection, that stubborn belly fat. And again, they push your blood sugar levels up, stressing your pancreas and contributing to the cycle of insulin resistance. You might think you're choosing a smart, healthy snack, but in reality, you're inadvertently fueling your body with something that works against your blood sugar goals. So, what's the smart swap? It's simple. Opt for plain, unsweetened Greek yogurt. Greek yogurt is fantastic because it's much higher in protein than regular yogurt, which helps keep you full and stabilizes blood sugar. If you find plain yogurt a bit too tart, add your own natural sweetness. A handful of fresh berries, blueberries, raspberries, or strawberries will give you natural sweetness, fiber, and antioxidants without the sugar overload. A few chopped nuts, a sprinkle of cinnamon, or a tiny drizzle of pure maple syrup or honey, and I mean a tiny drizzle. Think half a teaspoon can also add flavor without hijacking your blood sugar. Always read the nutrition label on yogurt containers. Looking specifically at the added sugars line, aim for yogurts with as little added sugar as possible, ideally 0. And speaking of breakfast, let's talk about another morning favorite that often hides a sugar secret: instant oatmeal and many processed breakfast cereals. For years, we've been told that starting our day with a bowl of oatmeal or a whole grain cereal is the cornerstone of a healthy diet, particularly for heart health. And in principle, that's true. Whole grains are excellent. But the devil, as they say, is in the details. And in this case, the processing. Many instant oatmeal packets, while convenient, are loaded with added sugars, artificial flavors, and very little of the fiber that makes whole oats so beneficial. When oats are highly processed, like in instant varieties, their structure changes. They lose much of their natural fiber and are digested much more quickly by your body, behaving almost like refined sugar once they hit your bloodstream. The same goes for many breakfast cereals that proudly display whole grain on the box. While they might contain some whole grains, they often come with a hefty dose of added sugar, sometimes more sugar per serving than a chocolate chip cookie. They're also often highly refined, meaning they offer very little in terms of sustained energy, leading to that mid-morning crash. For seniors, relying on these quick-digesting carbs can be particularly detrimental. Your blood sugar spikes rapidly, then drops, leaving you feeling hungry again soon after, often craving more sugary or starchy foods. This roller coaster isn't good for consistent energy levels, mental clarity, or long-term blood sugar management. It can also lead to a cycle of overeating and weight gain, making it harder to stay active and healthy. The solution here is to go back to basics. Opt for steel-cut oats or old-fashioned rolled oats, which are minimally processed and retain their full fiber content. These take a little longer to cook, but the payoff for your health is immense. Cook them with water or unsweetened milk, and then you can add your own healthy toppings: a sprinkle of cinnamon, a handful of berries, Some chopped nuts like almonds or walnuts, or even a spoonful of chia seeds for extra fiber and healthy fats. For cereals, choose those with minimal ingredients, very little or no added sugar, and plenty of fiber. Look for options where the whole grain is clearly the first ingredient and sugar isn't listed among the first few. Taking control of your breakfast choices can set a wonderfully stable tone for your blood sugar for the rest of the day. Next on our list of seemingly healthy culprits is a snack many of us reach for when we want something sweet and natural: dried fruit. We often think, well, it's fruit, and fruit is healthy. And yes, dried fruit does retain many of the vitamins and minerals of fresh fruit. But here's the often overlooked truth when fruit is dried. All the water is removed, concentrating the sugars into a much smaller, denser package. Imagine eating 10 fresh grapes. That's a decent portion, and the water content helps fill you up. Now imagine eating 10 raisins. They're tiny, right? You could pop them in your mouth one after another without thinking twice. But those 10 raisins contain all the sugar of those 10 grapes, just without the bulk and water that helps your body process it slowly. So, it's incredibly easy to overeat dried fruit, consuming a massive amount of concentrated sugar very quickly, without feeling full. And to make matters worse, some dried fruits, like cranberries or cherries, often have added sugar during the drying process to make them even more palatable. This means you're getting a double dose of sugar, the natural concentrated fruit sugar, plus the added sugar. For seniors, this concentrated sugar hit can be problematic for several reasons. It causes a rapid surge in blood sugar. Similar to drinking juice, this can lead to energy crashes, increased cravings, and can make it difficult to manage weight. If you're trying to keep your blood sugar stable, a handful of dried fruit can quickly derail your efforts, leaving you feeling sluggish and perhaps even a bit guilty, even though you thought you were making a healthy choice. So, how do we enjoy fruit and keep our blood sugar in check? Prioritize fresh, whole fruits. Their water and fiber content make them naturally filling and help regulate sugar absorption. If you do enjoy dried fruit, treat it like a sweet treat, not a main snack. Consume it in very small portions. Think just a few pieces, not a whole bag. And always combine it with something that provides protein and healthy fats, like a small handful of unsalted nuts or seeds. The protein and fat will help slow down the sugar absorption and keep you feeling fuller for longer. And again, always check the label. Look for dried fruit with no added sugars. Finally, let's turn our attention to something that's become a staple in many health-conscious pantries: certain whole wheat or multigrain breads and crackers. The marketing around these products can be incredibly convincing. We're led to believe that anything with whole wheat or multigrain on the label is automatically superior and won't spike our blood sugar like white bread. And while it's true that truly whole grains are better than refined ones, many of the products available today are far from what they claim to be. The problem lies in the processing. Many commercial whole wheat breads use finely milled whole wheat flour. This means the grain has been ground down so finely that its beneficial fiber is essentially pulverized, making it behave very similarly to white flour in your body. When you eat it, your digestive system can break it down very quickly, releasing glucose into your bloodstream almost as rapidly as if you'd eaten a slice of white bread. Furthermore, many of these breads, even the seemingly healthy ones, contain hidden sugars, high fructose corn syrup, or other sweeteners to improve their taste and texture. They might also contain artificial ingredients and preservatives that aren't doing your body any favors. For seniors, choosing these processed whole wheat options can lead to frustrating blood sugar swings. Despite your best intentions, you might be carefully managing your diet, yet these sneaky breads could be undermining your efforts, contributing to chronic inflammation and making it harder to maintain stable energy levels throughout the day. It's a classic example of marketing overriding true nutritional value. So, how do you find bread that's actually good for your blood sugar? The key is to be a label detective. Look for breads that explicitly state 100% whole grain as the first ingredient, and ideally, where the grains are less finely ground, perhaps stone ground or sprouted. Even better, look for breads with minimal ingredients and no added sugars or syrups. True whole grain breads often have a denser texture and a heartier taste. Rye bread, sourdough made with whole grains, or breads made from sprouted grains can also be excellent choices, as the fermentation or sprouting process can improve digestibility and lower the glycemic impact. These 5 foods might be surprising, but understanding them is the first step towards taking control of your blood sugar and truly nourishing your body. We've peeled back the layers today, revealing how even seemingly innocent choices like that glass of fruit juice, which strips away vital fiber leaving you with just concentrated sugar, can send your blood sugar on an unnecessary roller coaster. We talked about how those appealingly packaged flavored yogurts, especially the low-fat ones, often hide a sugary secret that undoes any probiotic benefits, turning a healthy snack into a dessert in disguise. Then we looked at how instant oatmeal and many processed breakfast cereals, despite their whole grain claims, can be so refined and laden with added sugars that they offer very little sustained energy, leading to a quick spike and then a crash. We also discussed the deceptive nature of dried fruit, a natural treat that, once dehydrated, becomes a dense packet of concentrated sugar, making it far too easy to overconsume and rapidly elevate your glucose levels. And finally, we uncovered the truth about many whole wheat or multigrain breads and crackers, often so finely processed or loaded with hidden sweeteners that they behave much like white bread in your body. Despite their healthy facade, it's easy to feel a little overwhelmed or even frustrated when you discover that foods you thought were beneficial might actually be working against you. But please, don't let that discourage you. Instead, see this as an incredibly empowering moment. This knowledge isn't about deprivation. It's about making smarter, more informed choices that truly support your health and well-being. It's about becoming a detective in your own kitchen, reading those labels, and understanding what you're truly putting into your body. Remember, small, consistent changes can make an absolutely profound difference to your health and happiness, especially as we age. By choosing whole fruits over juice, plain Greek yogurt over sweetened varieties, steel-cut oats over instant packets, fresh fruit over dried, and truly whole, minimally processed breads over the imposters, you are actively supporting stable blood sugar, boosting your energy levels, improving your mental clarity, and even helping to prevent issues like memory loss. These adjustments aren't just about avoiding a sugar spike. They're about fostering a more vibrant, energetic you. Every single day, your body will thank you for it, and you'll feel the difference in your energy, your mood, and your overall vitality. I genuinely hope this information helps you navigate the grocery aisles with newfound confidence and clarity. Your journey to better health is ongoing, and every informed choice you make is a step in the right direction. We're all in this together, learning and growing and supporting each other. I'd love to hear from you. Have any of these foods surprised you? Are there other healthy foods you've discovered that secretly raise blood sugar? Or perhaps you have a fantastic healthy swap that you'd like to share with our community? Please, leave a comment below and share your thoughts and experiences. Your insights are invaluable, and they help us all learn and grow. If you found this video helpful and informative, please give it a big thumbs up. Liking the video tells YouTube to share it with more wonderful people like you, who can also benefit from this important information. And if you haven't already, please consider subscribing to our channel. We're here to bring you more practical, easy-to-understand advice to help you live your best, healthiest, and happiest life at every age. Don't miss out on future tips and insights that can truly transform your well-being. Thank you so much for spending this time with me today. Remember, your health is your greatest wealth, and every day is an opportunity to make choices that nourish and strengthen you. Keep learning, keep thriving, and keep living your best life at every age.